Welcome. Today we're diving into the concept of cost and benefit analysis, a fundamental tool in economics. This method helps individuals, businesses, and governments make informed decisions by weighing the costs and benefits of any action or investment. Whether you're deciding to buy a new phone, launch a business project, or build a public park, cost-benefit analysis provides a structured way to evaluate options. By the end of this video, you'll understand how this analysis works and why it's so important in everyday economic choices. Let's start by defining what we mean by costs and benefits in this context. Economics costs refer to what you give up to obtain something. This isn't just about money. Costs can include time, resources, effort, or even missed opportunities. For example, if you spend an hour studying, the cost isn't just the energy you use, but also what else you could have done with that hour. Economists call this the opportunity cost. Understanding all the different types of costs is crucial for making smart decisions, both in personal life and in business. Next, let's look at the other side of the equation, benefits. Benefits are the gains or positive outcomes you receive from a decision. These can be financial, like earning money from a job, or non-financial, such as gaining knowledge, satisfaction, or improved health. When analyzing benefits, it's important to consider both the tangible and intangible rewards. For instance, volunteering may not pay you, but it can bring happiness and valuable experience. Recognizing all potential benefits helps ensure a more complete analysis. Now let's see how costs and benefits are compared in practice. Basic process of cost-benefit analysis involves listing all the costs and benefits associated with a decision. Then you assign a value to each, often in monetary terms, to make comparison easier. After totaling the costs and benefits, you compare them. If the benefits outweigh the costs, the decision is generally considered worthwhile. This process helps clarify complex choices and supports rational decision-making. Next, we'll explore a simple example to see this process in action. Imagine you're considering buying a new laptop for $1,000. The costs include the price, time spent researching, and perhaps the opportunity cost of not spending that money elsewhere. The benefits might be increased productivity, better performance, and personal satisfaction. By estimating the value of these benefits and comparing them to the total costs, you can decide if the purchase makes sense. This straightforward approach can be applied to many everyday decisions, big or small. Not all costs and benefits can be easily measured in dollars. For example, how do you put a price on happiness or convenience? Economists often use surveys or estimates to assign values to these intangible factors. While this isn't perfect, it helps ensure that important non-monetary aspects are included in the analysis. By considering both tangible and intangible elements, cost-benefit analysis becomes a more comprehensive decision-making tool. Opportunity cost is a key concept in cost-benefit analysis. It refers to the value of the next best alternative you give up when making a choice. For example, if you spend money on a vacation, the opportunity cost might be the new phone you can't buy. Recognizing opportunity costs helps you see the true impact of your decisions and avoid hidden trade-offs. Let's look at how opportunity cost fits into the overall analysis. Marginal analysis is another important idea. It involves comparing the additional benefits and costs of a small change, like working one more hour or producing one more unit. This helps you decide if the extra effort or expense is worth it. Marginal analysis is widely used in business and economics to optimize decisions and maximize value. Next, we'll see how this concept applies in real-world scenarios. Businesses use cost-benefit analysis to evaluate investments, projects, and strategies. For example, before launching a new product, a company will estimate the development costs, marketing expenses, and potential sales. By comparing these figures, they can decide if the project is likely to be profitable. This systematic approach helps businesses allocate resources efficiently and avoid costly mistakes. Let's see how governments use this tool as well. Governments rely on cost-benefit analysis to make policy decisions, such as building roads, funding education, or implementing regulations. They consider not only the financial costs but also social and environmental impacts. For instance, building a new highway might reduce travel time but increase pollution. By weighing all these factors, governments aim to choose policies that provide the greatest net benefit to society. Individuals also use cost-benefit analysis in personal finance. For example, when deciding whether to take out a loan for college, you might compare the cost of tuition and interest with the expected increase in future earnings. This helps you make choices that improve your long-term financial well-being. Applying this analysis to everyday decisions can lead to smarter spending and saving habits. Cost-benefit analysis is especially important in environmental projects. For example, when considering building a wind farm, analysts will weigh the costs of construction and maintenance against the benefits of clean energy and reduced pollution. Sometimes the benefits are long-term and harder to quantify, but including them ensures a more balanced decision. This approach helps promote sustainable development. While cost-benefit analysis is a powerful tool, it has limitations. Not all costs and benefits can be accurately measured, especially intangible ones like happiness or environmental quality. Sometimes estimates are based on assumptions that may not hold true. It's important to recognize these limitations and use the analysis as a guide, not an absolute answer. Next, we'll discuss how to address some of these challenges. Deal with uncertainty. Analysts often use sensitivity analysis. This involves testing how results change when assumptions or estimates are varied. For example, if the cost of a project could be higher than expected, how would that affect the decision? By exploring different scenarios, decision makers can better understand the risks and make more robust choices. When costs and benefits occur at different times, economists use a process called discounting. This means adjusting future values to reflect their present worth, since a dollar today is worth more than a dollar in the future. Discounting helps compare projects with long-term impacts like infrastructure or environmental investments on a fair basis. Net present value, or NPV, is a key calculation in cost-benefit analysis. It sums all the discounted benefits and subtracts the discounted costs. If the NPV is positive, the project is considered worthwhile. This method is widely used in finance and project management to evaluate investments and ensure resources are used efficiently. Another useful metric is the benefit-cost ratio. This is calculated by dividing the total benefits by the total costs. A ratio greater than 1 means the benefits outweigh the costs. This simple measure makes it easy to compare different projects or investments and choose the most efficient option. Cost-benefit analysis often includes social costs and benefits which affect people beyond the immediate decision-maker. For example, building a factory may create jobs but also cause pollution. Considering these broader impacts ensures that decisions are fair and beneficial for society as a whole. Externalities are side effects of an action that affect others who aren't directly involved. Positive externalities like education benefit society, while negative ones like pollution impose costs. Including externalities in cost-benefit analysis helps ensure that all impacts are considered, not just those that are easily measured. It's also important to consider who gains and who loses from a decision. Sometimes, a project may have a positive net benefit overall but harm certain groups. For example, a new highway might benefit commuters but disrupt local communities. Recognizing distributional effects helps ensure that decisions are equitable. Ethics play a role in cost-benefit analysis, especially when decisions affect health, safety, or the environment. Sometimes it's not appropriate to assign a monetary value to certain outcomes like human life or biodiversity. In these cases, ethical judgment is needed to guide decision-making alongside economic analysis. Let's look at a real-world example: vaccination programs. The costs include the price of vaccines, distribution, and administration. The benefits are reduced illness, lower healthcare costs, and improved public health. By comparing these, governments can decide if a vaccination campaign is a good investment for society. Infrastructure projects like building bridges or highways are classic cases for cost-benefit analysis. Planners estimate construction and maintenance costs, then weigh them against benefits like reduced travel time, economic growth, and improved safety. This helps ensure that public funds are used efficiently and projects deliver real value. Investing in education is another area where cost-benefit analysis is vital. The costs include tuition, materials, and time, while the benefits are higher earnings, better job prospects, and social gains. By analyzing these factors, individuals and policymakers can make informed decisions about funding and participation in education. Healthcare decisions, such as funding new treatments or preventive programs, often rely on cost-benefit analysis. Policymakers compare the costs of medical interventions with the expected health improvements and savings. This helps allocate resources to programs that offer the greatest benefit for the investment. Transportation projects like expanding public transit are evaluated using cost-benefit analysis. Costs include construction, operation, and maintenance, while benefits might be reduced congestion, lower emissions, and improved accessibility. This analysis helps cities plan transportation systems that best serve their residents. Businesses and governments use cost-benefit analysis to evaluate technology investments, such as upgrading computer systems or adopting new software. The costs include purchase, training, and maintenance, while the benefits are improved efficiency, productivity, and competitiveness. This ensures that technology upgrades deliver real value. Public safety initiatives like installing streetlights or emergency services are assessed with cost-benefit analysis. The costs are installation and maintenance, while the benefits include reduced crime, fewer accidents, and greater community confidence. This helps prioritize projects that make communities safer. Companies use cost-benefit analysis to evaluate corporate social responsibility (CSR) initiatives such as environmental programs or charitable giving. The costs are financial outlays, while the benefits include improved reputation, customer loyalty, and long-term profitability. This helps businesses align social goals with economic performance. Risk assessment is an important part of cost-benefit analysis. Decision-makers consider the likelihood and impact of negative outcomes such as project delays or cost overruns. By factoring in risks, they can develop strategies to minimize losses and improve the chances of success. Cost-benefit analysis depends on assumptions about costs, benefits, and future conditions. Small changes in these assumptions can lead to different conclusions. That's why it's important to test how sensitive results are to changes, ensuring that decisions remain sound under various scenarios. Involving stakeholders in cost-benefit analysis can improve the quality of decisions. Stakeholders, such as community members or employees, provide valuable insights about costs and benefits that might otherwise be overlooked. Their participation helps ensure that all perspectives are considered. Transparency is key to effective cost-benefit analysis. Clearly documenting assumptions, data sources, and methods allows others to review and understand the analysis. This builds trust and helps ensure that decisions are based on sound reasoning. Cost-benefit analysis is not a one-time activity. As new information becomes available, the analysis should be updated. This allows decision-makers to adapt to changing circumstances and continuously improve outcomes over time. Cost-benefit analysis is used around the world from small businesses to international organizations. It helps allocate resources, prioritize projects, and achieve development goals. By applying this method globally, societies can make better choices for economic growth and well-being. Behavioral economics shows that people don't always act rationally in cost-benefit analysis. Emotions, biases, and habits can influence decisions. Understanding these factors helps improve analysis and design better policies that account for real human behavior. Modern digital tools such as spreadsheets and specialized software make cost-benefit analysis faster and more accurate. These tools help organize data, perform calculations, and visualize results, making it easier for decision-makers to interpret complex information. Consider a city deciding whether to build a new urban park. The costs include land, construction, and maintenance. The benefits are improved public health, recreation, and increased property values. By conducting a cost-benefit analysis, city planners can determine if the park is a good investment for the community. Government is considering investing in solar power. The costs are high upfront, but the benefits include clean energy, lower emissions, and energy independence. Cost-benefit analysis helps compare these long-term benefits with the initial investment, guiding sustainable energy policy. City is evaluating whether to expand its subway system. The costs include construction, equipment, and operation. The benefits are reduced traffic, lower pollution, and better access to jobs. Cost-benefit analysis helps determine if the expansion will deliver enough value to justify the expense. A region faces frequent flooding and is considering building levees. The costs are construction and maintenance, while the benefits are reduced property damage and improved safety. Cost-benefit analysis helps decide if the investment will protect enough value to make it worthwhile. A school district is considering a free lunch program. The costs are food, staff, and logistics. The benefits include better student health, improved learning, and reduced absenteeism. Cost-benefit analysis helps determine if the program is a good investment in student success. Factory is considering installing pollution control equipment. The costs are purchase and operation, while the benefits are cleaner air, better health, and compliance with regulations. Cost-benefit analysis helps decide if the investment is justified for both the company and the community. A city is considering installing more traffic lights to improve road safety. The costs are equipment and installation, while the benefits are fewer accidents and safer streets. Cost-benefit analysis helps city officials decide if the investment will deliver enough safety improvements. Sum up, cost-benefit analysis is a powerful tool for making informed decisions in economics. By carefully weighing all costs and benefits, including those that are hard to measure, individuals, businesses, and governments can choose options that deliver the greatest value. While the method has its challenges, using it thoughtfully leads to better outcomes and smarter choices. Thanks for joining us on this journey through cost-benefit analysis.